everybody doing? All right. My first issue for the community today is I want to talk about the cop cars that Del Lorenzo allegedly ordered and that was an unauthorized purchase. These purchases were not by the city, was not authorized by the city council or the city manager. And I'm wondering if we're gonna open an investigation about it. That's the first thing that I want to touch on, but I got more to that. I'll bring that to the next meeting because y'all know we'll be in every one of them. So we're gonna skip past that. We're gonna get to the newspaper situation that we got. Now, Mr. Mayor, I don't know, well, I can understand how you feel about it, but this is how we feel about the whole situation with the whole newspaper thing. We are so sick and tired of a man being a sore loser because he lost to you. Mr. Lynn, we are tired. We are tired. And when I read the newspaper Tuesday and I seen what he plastered on you, I went to public records and found out he had some silver suits while he was on the city council. Did he put that in the paper? Did we see that? Was that plastered on the front page? No, it was not. We also had other city council members that been sued for hundreds of thousands of dollars. No one said nothing about that. That never made the paper. One thing about it, people, and I'm one of the people, we voted you in. And he did. It wasn't one person that voted you in, it was everybody that voted you in. That issue needs to be left alone. And somebody needs to do something about it. They need to just leave it all alone. You are the mayor. Now, if it was me, and you would have beat me, my thing would have been, I'd have shook your hand as a good sportsman. And I would have said, I got some ideas that I was going to use if I was the mayor, and I would share them with you. Hopefully you will use some. If you don't, then oh well. But change comes from, you got to check yourself first. Like the situation, we had a situation with, and Blake, I understand that you have to write and you put in there what he tell you to put in there, but I'm going to tell you about our community, how we feel about certain stuff. They had a hands-on homobed, which was a cleanup, just like we had at the park. It was over 15 photos with over about 50 people. They had a cleanup at the Period Park. I'm sure some of y'all were there. I wasn't there. It was one photo. You couldn't tell if it was at the back of somebody's pond or it was at the park. One photo. It was black and white there. Take pictures of the blacks and whites. Show that we all working together to fix the community. That would never show. Was none of that show. It's always something about trying to, instead of, I feel like a little kid trying to stain your character when all you done was going as mayor. If you want to take a shot at somebody, take a shot at us. We voted you in. And we get tired of it every time. And I mean, this is every time. Now, look at all that our last mayor, he was fighting the officer. That didn't get the front page. And he is a friend of mine. You see, it's always something when somebody is trying to damage somebody or assassinate somebody's character. It's an old saying, and it was before my time and it'll be after my time. Sweep your own front door before you try to sweep somebody else's. Amen. Now, it's a lot that I wanted to talk about today, but after I seen that, we're tired of it, and it's getting disgusting. Okay, if we had to donate some money to get more photos to show that we had the chief there, to show that we had the mayor there, to show that we had the city council meeting members, to show that we had Laura, to show we had Main Street, to show we had everybody together, working together to fix the community. If we had to pay some money, it'd been fine. I'd took it out my own pocket. Because that's what we're trying to show. We're trying to show change, that we're changing together. We're not trying to show that it was just Mr. Stubbs did because he finna go through an election, or it was just his because he's the sheriff. No, we want to show everybody. It's not about that. Everything ain't always about politics. Sometimes it's about showing change so we can show our kids that it's all right to be friends with a white. If you're black, it's all right to be friends with somebody white. It's all right for us to hang together. It's all right for us to keep. And then Mr. Lynn, I don't understand because I played basketball for his father. If we lost a game and we got kicked all over the floor, you know the first thing he said when the game was over? You gotta go shake hands. And that's what we did. We formed a line and we went shook hands and said good game to the other team. We didn't go back and say, oh, they was this, they was that. That's what we done. Because that's all a part of being big sport. See, you can lose to win. And see, he done lost. That's it. That part is over with. Now, if I had a newspaper and I would have came back with a counter this week and put in the lawsuits that he faced, and I mean the word embezzlement. Why would you put embezzlement on it? Embezzlement is a felony charge. You have no felony charges. See that some stuff, the way it's worded and the way people put it out there, we shouldn't do that. And we should hold each other accountable. And then, Blake, you work for him, and I understand you need your job, but sometimes you got to pull your coattail. I done pulled my boss coattail a couple times and say, hey, that's the wrong way to do things, man.
Can I say something right here, just to clarify something? And me and the mayor talked about that article before it went out. And the reason why the word embezzlement was used in that article, because that's exactly how it was worded in the court documentation, which I can show you the PDF. I offered to send it to him. In the civil judgment, in the complaint, and in the 5A, however you pronounce that. That's why it was used. That word wasn't put in there to try to mislead anybody.
Well, now let me respond. There's a lot to that story, and I'm not going to waste everybody's time on it. I didn't even want to even discuss it tonight, but I will say this. That was a very unique situation. There was no embezzlement. I never stole a dime. If I had, I'd been in jail. The guy that other companies they owned did go to jail. The same people that investigated his books investigated mine, and they couldn't do it. And the reason why is because it never happened. But I couldn't keep fighting. Financially, I couldn't. I couldn't be gone that long from my daddy or my mom at the time when this started. This has been going on for years. This is not just a new thing. I never stole a dime. If I did, my daddy, they wouldn't have to put me in jail. My daddy would kill me. It is what it is. I'll live with it. I hope you can. It does not impact the job that we do here. It does not impact what my pledge is to this community. And if anybody needs a more in-depth explanation, I'll be happy to give it to them. But I'm not going to waste the city's time doing it during the meeting. So with that being said, I appreciate what you said, and I agree with a lot of it. And I know you've been through a lot yourself.
Yes, sir. And we don't live in a perfect world, and none of us are perfect. But that don't mean stepping on the next man will never take you up a level higher. I don't care who you are. If you like that, then you are dead wrong. And we tied up because it was so many people happy about it. And I couldn't be there for the cleanup.
Right.
But then when they seen the photos in it, it's like it took something away from the people. It took something away from them. Like, and then we went back and looked. I mean, you got 2 pages full of pictures of the hands-on homestead. Okay, if you don't take the 5, put 5 photos in there. Put the chief in there. I know the chief, when he come through, he talked all of them. So you could have took a picture of him just talking to a couple people in the community. I know he's seen you out there. He had to be thinking about you. I mean, he wrote an article and put it in his paper, so he should have took a picture of you being out there. That's what he should have done. I mean, it's more ways than one to fry fish, and it's getting crazy. Every week is something about the mayor this and mayor that, month for month. The election is over, you won, you are our mayor, and you his mayor too, whether he like it or not. So the best thing he can do is bring his ideas to you, and if it ain't on no positive note, then he just needs to step away. Just step away. Try it again another time. I'm sure you'll lose again because it's sure that you're too childish to even be the city mayor. But that's a childish thing. That's what little kids do. Little kids bully and pick at other people. Okay, you using your platform with the newspaper to try to bully somebody or try to assassinate somebody's character. Okay, what if I had a newspaper every week I went at you? How would it feel? It doesn't feel right. It don't sit well with the community. It's already enough stuff that you guys gotta fix. I mean, I got a situation that's been going on well over a year. Well over a year. It's gonna go into, look like it's gonna go into 2 years. I'm not mad at you guys because y'all fell into a bad situation anyway because all the stuff y'all, by the time y'all fix it, y'all turn might be over with. By the time y'all fix half of the stuff that's going on over. But at the same time, together we can get it fixed, and together we can get it done, and what we can get done, we would appreciate it if everybody worked together to do it, but if this person turn their back to this, and this person turn their back to everybody look out for self, we'll never get nothing.